the answer is yes.
You're ready, aren't
again.
you? Okay.
It's time for Dart Talk. Brought to you by TheDartZone.com. Stay in the zone. TheDartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor and Windy City Fabricators, America's premier fabricators of orthotics and prosthetics. And Redwood Darts, America's newest tungsten darts. Stand straight and tall and hit them all. Redwood Darts. And now, here are your hosts, Mystery Mark and Steve P.
Okay, welcome to Dart Talk.
Welcome.
November something.
6th.
November 6th, 2013.
Wednesday again.
Steve Pouncelman with Mystery Mark. Dart Talk brought to you by The Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
TheDartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Also, many thanks, Windy City Fabricators and Redwood Darts. I was actually on TheDartZone.com's website
Were you?
today.
How was that? Anything interesting?
Well, it's like, my needs are just becoming
What were you
so
looking
hard.
for?
I was looking for conversion points.
Okay.
But they have to be designed in a
Specific.
specific way, and apparently only one company makes them. So I'll have to see.
And the Dart Zone does not carry them?
I didn't have time to look all the way through.
Oh.
I just did like a quick search for and I found the Cosmo ones, which are very nice looking, but and I have to order stuff from Cosmo, so I had to kind of get all the lingo. Yeah, they've got so many products; it's just insane. Anybody? Blah, blah, blah. Welcome to the show. We've got a lot to get to. We've got
Sure.
results from. We had Darts Live in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Stage 8 was completed on Sunday. I watched 7 hours. I watched the whole
Did
thing.
you really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That's a lot.
It was weird. I mean, I found it compelling for different reasons than I normally do. I mean, the quality of play in some of the matches I saw was kind of like. I think I've seen the average level of play I think was higher at other stages I've seen than this one, but this one I found compelling for different reasons.
All
We'll
right.
get to that. We have results from the Colorado Open. The
Yes, we
Diddle
do.
Tour was in Colorado, in Denver, I believe, over the weekend.
That's a
And-
shock. The Colorado Open was in Colorado?
Well, I said Denver. I mean, that's as opposed to Boulder or Grand Junction or
Play the tape
Colorado
back. You originally
Springs.
said it was in Colorado.
Well, like I said, I'm tired today. Also, we have results from the final stop on
PDC
the
or
for
no, the NWDS.
Well, no, it wasn't. The second to last stop on the North American Championship Tour was in Sacramento, California. We've got results for that. Where are my Sean Narain sunglasses? I need to get those.
Oh,
at the
you haven't
break.
given them back? You still have them?
Yeah, I didn't trot
Oh.
out to Canada over the weekend.
What else do you have to do? They're probably in your bag.
No, I know where they are.
Oh, okay.
They're stashed back there. But when we do the results, well,
You gotta put those back on.
well, yeah, just
Sure.
I believe Sean's name will come up. What else we got? I want to finish off this thing we started like a month ago, which are the 10 attributes or the 10 qualities you most want to see in a dart professional. Remember we did the thing? I did the whole Boy Scout,
Yeah.
courteous kind of.
You want to finish it off? We only did like 3 of them.
Well, let's finish it. Let's be
Okay.
done with it.
Let's do all 10. That's our goal. Let's do all 10.
And then I posted, I want to talk about the bliss of ignorance, which is, my way of saying ignorance is bliss. Because I was astounded by the Darts Live final between Royden Lamb and Stephen Bunting.
Okay.
And so I want to comment on that. And then the last segment, who's up for a challenge?
Does that pertain to the
You know,
challenge
look, I
that
mean-
was given to you, 5 months ago?
We've
3 months ago?
been doing this show for 2 years?
Almost.
And there are still people who rip me and say all I do is talk about my game and how great I am. And obviously
Do
they
they
don't
listen to the show?
They can't be. They cannot be listening to the show. If they're, you can accuse me of a lot of things, believe me. And it's not like, we're flawless. I mean, things
no, but
happen.
I'm
We
pretty
make
sure
mistakes. And
if you just sat here and talked about how great you are and how good you are at darts, I'd probably call you out on that a little bit.
well, one would hope. I mean, I believe that's part of your job. That was on the application.
I don't see
anyway.
how people can say they must not be listening.
Well, anyway, so we'll get to this challenge thing because I'm just sort of like I'm so fed up. I'm just because look, I mean, I play, every and I think most of the players that have seen me play respect me as a player. I mean, it's not like when you hear my name, you're like, oh, good, I get to play this guy and hammer him. I don't think I have that reputation.
They might not want to hang out with you in the bar afterwards.
Well,
but,
who wants to hang out with me? I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of a bore. I'll talk and talk and talk, and half the time I'm talking about things people don't care about. So, especially once I start drinking. I mean,
usually every hour on Wednesday.
Well, okay. Let's start with some results. We did have some news. There's two pieces of news that we should get to. We should congratulate Darren Young.
Yes. We should do that.
Should we disclaim any and all responsibility
we should
for
disclaim
anything
everything
that
first.
we say? Yeah, we could do that. I got a disclaimer.
No
right
offense
there.
to Darren because
Darren DeYoung.
no, to Darren because we're cutting him off. But
Well, no, we'll get to him.
The views, opinions, rants, and rampages expressed on Dart Talk do not necessarily reflect individually or collectively those of our sponsors, co-sponsors, wannabe hosts, hearing-impaired critics, or those with a penchant for attitudinal dysfunction. We at Dart Talk strive to provide you, the listener, with an educational, entertaining, and fun-filled experience each and every week. If after the show you, the listener, find yourself feeling uneducated, unentertained, and or bored, we at Dart Talk consider that your own problem.
Okay, so we took care of that. No, Darren DeYoung, right?
Darren DeYoung,
DeYoung.
DDY.
DDY. Oh, I like that. I like DDY. Big Daddy won the American spot for the World Championships.
With one more event to go, right? Correct?
Yeah, he's
So-
kind of far enough ahead where he can pack his bags and make his reservations.
Good for him.
And I'll say two things about this. One, congratulations to Darren. Well deserved. He by far played the most consistent of anyone on the North American Championship Tour this year and last year for that matter. Larry Butler played very well, and I believe is in second or close to second. I mean, I tried. I couldn't find the updated money list before the show.
Did you get anything for second?
Well, you get whatever money you want.
Oh, okay.
And I believe for second you'll be the the second place American will join Darren in the PDC World Cup next February.
Okay.
So I believe it was Darren and Larry played it last year. So it'll probably be those two.
Probably
again.
be them
I
again,
don't
yeah.
see. Even if I win in New Orleans, I don't think I catch Larry. So, and I don't know. I'll have to look and see. There's some guys above me, but I don't know. Like Chris White's up there pretty high, but I don't know if he. I got to
Even
look
if
on
he
the list.
wins.
Well, I don't know if he's Canadian. I don't know if he's
Well,
listed
right.
as Canadian or American. He's kind of a
Depends
a
on the
tweener.
day. Depends
He's a
on whether he
tweener.
wins or not.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'll be trying. We're all going to be trying. New Orleans is going to be a great tournament. Which, by the way, there are still some spots available. If you go to NewWorldDartSeries.com, I believe they said there's 7 spots. You have to pay your late fee.
Right.
Like you do when
Right.
at Blockbuster. Did you hear Blockbuster's closing the rest of their stores?
No, I
they
did
should have
not.
done it like 5 years ago. I don't
Yeah,
know what they're hanging around
They
for.
closed like 3/4 of them, didn't they?
And let me tell you, this. Well, okay, this is
Dominic's is closing. Blockbuster is closing. What's this world coming to?
Dominic's is closing.
Yeah, Safeway is closing all 72 Chicagoland Dominic stores by December 28th.
Really?
Yeah, unless they get bought out. Right now, only 4 of them have been bought out by Jewel.
Well, here's the thing, and we never got to this, and I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time. So we'll just stick this in this part of the show, and then we'll do some results. But this is something I want people to think about. All these Blockbusters are closing. This was my great idea like 2 months ago that we never got to. It's like, I'm always talking about how, for dart to raise the profile of darts in America, you got to pull it out of bars, right? Tournaments do that to some extent. But what I was thinking was like, man, if you could just get one of a storefront like a Blockbuster and put up 15 wall-mounted boards and just sell coffee and soft drinks and potato chips and charge people like $2 an hour or $5 an hour. You know, it depends on where you live. If it was in New York, it might be like $15 an hour to use a board.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
So there's no
Right.
alcohol involved.
Right.
And have it open during
Kinda
the
like a
day.
pool-
Or
like a
open
pool-
it, yeah, like
you're
a
making
pool
it a
hall.
pool hall.
Exactly
You're-
like a pool hall. And
Right.
call it like a dart club where, you know, kids, especially younger kids, can hang out and play darts with their friends. And, you know, I don't know. Kids don't have much money, but I don't know. It seems to me that all the advertisers, they all have iPhones. They must have money somewhere. Right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
You could literally open up a chain of dart clubs
Right.
that didn't have any, that had no liquor licenses, and you know, you open them up at like maybe 3 in the afternoon. So when the kids are out of school, especially high school kids who want to hang out, throw some easy chairs in the middle of a Blockbuster, put boards on the walls, sell soft drinks and popcorn, right? Throw like, you know, have a big screen TV on there,
Sure.
you know, where you could show one match. And then when you're not showing a match, yeah, I don't know, plug into the internet and, you know, play dart videos.
Right.
And just turn it into like a little dart club. I wonder, I guarantee you could
Doesn't
make
sound
this
like
work.
a bad idea, actually.
It wouldn't work in Chicago. It wouldn't work in a big, expensive city, but I guarantee you it would work in a place like Greenville, South Carolina, or North Carolina, wherever Greenville is. You know, like a city with like maybe 15,000 people, 10,000 people, where, you know, the kids can go hang out, talk on their phones. You'll have Wi-Fi. They can, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then they could play darts,
Right.
right? I don't know.
I definitely don't hate it.
Well, you're gonna have all these empty Blockbusters. There's gonna be like 15,000
Well,
empty storefronts that nobody's gonna want to rent,
Right.
right? I mean, it seems to me that the Blockbuster that's going out of business in Fairbanks, Alaska, or Wasilla, or, you know, wherever, I don't know, someplace in the East Bay in San Francisco, you could totally make this work, right? And then, okay, yeah, you know, eventually you could sell dart supplies or something. You know,
Yeah,
sell
right.
darts, you know, sell whatever.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know. It seemed to me like a moneymaker, and at least a break-even maker.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And believe me, you could totally like set up some webcams where people could play online and all this stuff. Even throw in some soft hit machines where people put in quarters or something, and just have like a, you know, like a pool hall
if you
only for
added,
darts.
I think if you added the webcam dart aspect to it,
yeah,
a couple boards.
Yeah, and you know, you could give lessons to kids.
Right.
You can have like, you know, open it up Saturday mornings. When I was a kid, when I was like, I don't know, like 10 years old, there were all these kids that had like a Saturday morning bowling league. And how many 12-year-olds drink beer? I mean, I don't know any. And they went out there and they had a great time
Right.
in this like bowling league on Saturdays and stuff. And it was, well, you can do that. You know, it's just that there's nowhere for people to do this stuff. And I think there's an opportunity for somebody, if they're enterprising, to make something like this happen. And all you got to do is make it successful in one place.
Yeah,
And it
that's
can get replicated.
Right.
But it can't be in Manhattan, and it can't be like in Chicago.
Right.
Right? Because the, you know, square footage is too expensive and stuff. But maybe you could do it in Dayton or Columbus or
Maybe.
Nashville, maybe the outskirts of Nashville, you know, whatever, like Mount Juliet, some little town outs. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Someplace outside of Birmingham.
Well, that'd be like you're
you know,
saying,
whatever.
go to like Plainfield around here or something like that, or
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just-
Bloomington Normal.
yeah, right. Like
Bloomington Normal's
Yeah,
got-
a college town.
Yeah.
Where you could like actually hang out in peace, get some old like, you know, sofas and easy chairs from Goodwill or something. Just make sure they don't have bugs or, you know, whatever. And you could make a decent hangout. And I'm thinking it's more for kids that are like old enough where they don't have to go right home after school,
Right.
right? But they're under 21, so they can't like get into bars and stuff. Where do kids hang out in the afternoon if they're not on the, you know, basketball team or soccer team or something, or football, whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my great idea. Maybe we should have skipped it. I don't know.
No. I think
Anyway,
you got
okay.
something.
Well, all right. So anyway, if you want to sign up for the New World Dart Series, there's a few spots available. Go to newworlddartseries.com, and you could sign up online, credit card, PayPal, whatever, or send an email to info@newworlddartseries.com, and they will tell you how to sign up. And I believe you're going to have to go to the website. I didn't have time before the show because I was getting bombarded on some other matter.
Okay. Which we might discuss later.
Well, yeah. We're going to have to take a break because I've
Yeah.
totally lost my train of thought. We have to do results, though.
Yeah. Do you want to take a break first? Or you want to do results because
You know what?
It's break time.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get through some results, and then we'll talk about the bliss of ignorance. You're listening to Dart Talk with Mark and Steve. We'll be right back. Okay, back for the second quarter, brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
The DartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Results. Let's
We
do
have
some
to get to results.
Well, we'll do Darts Live last. So, where are my hang on. Okay, do yours.
Now,
No, I got it here. Okay, the PDC North American Championship Tour. Okay, was in Sacramento over the weekend. Let's see. So they had two separate singles events. They had one Saturday, one Sunday.
all right.
So I believe this one is Saturday. Top 8. Darren Young over Ron Miller. Sean Singing in the Rain over Bernie Miller. Where's Barney Miller? Larry Butler 6-5 over Howard Myers. Looks like a good match. And Chris White over Corey Tkach. 6-love.
Yeah.
Whitewash. In the semis, it was Sean Singing in the Rain over Darren DeYoung, 6-2. And Chris White got by Larry Butler, 6-4. And Chris White also won the final, 6-3 over Sean. So congrats to all those guys. Congrats to Chris. Local boy does good.
Yeah.
Right? He's from California. So that was good. And then on Sunday, in the top 8, Darren Young over Ron Miller. Sean Narain won the rematch over Chris White.
Look at that.
Identical score, 6-3. Corey Tkach over Scotty Burnett, 6-3. Bernie Miller over Dan Olson, 6-4. In the semi, Darren Young over Sean Narain, 6-3. Bernie Miller over Corey Tkach, 6-4. And Darren won the final over Bernie Miller. So congrats to all those guys. This Bernie Miller is tearing it up. I wonder if he's coming to New Orleans. I'm trying to remember if I saw him play in Atlantic City or not, or did I play doubles with him?
Okay.
That's sort of bad.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, it's even worse if you actually did play doubles with him.
I think I did. I think I don't know. I didn't play good in Atlantic City. I probably let them down. All right, so you've got what? You've got the Colorado
got
results.
Colorado.
Okay, let's do the 2013 Colorado Open.
Colorado Open. All right, so we got the blind draw doubles. Second place goes to Ed LaBarbera and Tom Bain, with Mike Bolin and Abe Molina winning. Mixed triples 701. Second place, Tom Sawyer.
Can I
Trish
just
Gressick.
interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure. Well,
you
why not?
can't hold on to the mic.
Damn it. Sorry.
That's all right. We're still training. Go ahead.
We'll get over this.
I don't know what the deal is with that mic. Whenever you
I
touch it, it buzzes. It's got like a bad ground or something in there because you probably bashed it. Like, Roger Daltrey,
Yeah.
the pre-show fist
when,
fight.
When what? When I was doing like karaoke or something?
I don't know.
Back
I
in the
don't-
day?
I don't know why you do that stuff. Go ahead.
Mixed triple 701 continued. Second place, Tom Sawyer, Trish Gressick, Jim Widmeyer. First place goes to Mark Fair, Paula Murphy, and Stowe Bunce.
Okay.
Women's doubles 501. Marliese Keel and Trish Gressick for second, with Shay Reynolds and Paula Murphy.
Yeah, we need a nickname for them.
Yeah.
Shay and Paula. We got to come up with a
You're
nickname
not-
for them because they play together a lot.
You don't have one for them?
No.
Well, I thought you did. That's
Shea
why I paused.
Stadium. I don't know.
Men's doubles 501, Mark Fair, Stowe Bunce for second, with Tom Sawyer and Jim Widmeyer winning that. Your women's singles 501, top four, Marliese Keel, Cleveland Darter Club. What?
That's her association. You can
Oh,
skip
what
that.
is that on there for?
It's on.
Maurice Keel and Cammie Moore. Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
Stacy Pace gets second, and Trish Gressick is first.
Okay, local girl
That was
does good. Well, I
interesting.
don't think she lives there anymore. Or she does. I can't remember.
Who?
Stacy Pace. I think she moved to
Yeah,
Colorado.
It says
so-
Westminster, Colorado on there.
Oh, okay.
Men's singles 501, top four, Danny Pace and Conley Linton, with Ed LaBarbera and Elliot Milk wins men's singles 501.
The Milkman. Elliot, okay.
Draw doubles 301, second place, Danny Pace, Jason Roquero, and Paul Selkin and Willard Brugurier, I think.
Okay, and that was
For
301
draw doubles
Okay.
301. Women's doubles cricket, top four, Tara Popplestein and Stacy Pace, with Morgan McCormick and Valerie Goad. Second place goes to Marliese Keel and Trish Gressick, and Shay Reynolds and Paula Murphy win the women's doubles cricket.
Well, we need a nickname for Megan and Valerie. It's like a mother-daughter thing.
We need to
the
just sit down and
sisterhood
make up
or something.
nicknames, because we've kind of gotten away from it a little bit.
Well, we haven't had time.
Because I'm not here on time.
Yeah, well, it would help.
I know.
I don't ask for a lot. You at least show up.
That's
Put you
that's
ahead
a
of the
bonus.
last person we fired.
men's doubles cricket. Second place, Willard, once again with this Brugier,
Brugier.
and Elliot Milk. Leonard Soldier Gates and Conley Litton, first place.
Yeah, Team Texas there winning.
Women's singles cricket, top four, Shay Reynolds. You see what they put against for... and Jessica Sakeva
Okay.
for top four. Megan McCormick for second place, and Paula Murphy first.
It's Morgan McCormick, but that's okay.
Damn it, what did I say?
Megan.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Small print.
Men's singles cricket, top four, Bill Davis, William Brugier Jr.,
Willard. Okay.
Tom Sawyer second, and Leonard Soldier Gates, also with that moniker.
Yeah, I don't- maybe they have a league called Stupid
They
in
might.
Texas now. I don't know. Okay.
First place for that in men's singles cricket. And that will do it.
So that's the Diddle Tour stop in Colorado.
Do you want to know who got MVPs?
No, I'm ignoring all the MVPs,
I know,
but there's a
'cause you're against
sportsmanship.
those.
Yeah, but do the sportsmanship award.
The Chris Helms Sportsmanship Award goes to Mark Fair.
Okay, congrats to Mark Fair. I don't know what the criterion was for that, but I like awards like that. I don't think the MVPs are fair when you start throwing in mixed events.
Right.
Because there's
Yeah,
how
we've
many
discussed that before.
people get to play with Paula Murphy
Right.
or Shay Reynolds. You know what I mean? It's just not fair. So I don't want to hear about those anymore. But the sportsmanship award, I like awards like that. And I like the youth events. I don't think we got youth results there.
No, we
but-
did not.
well.
We haven't had youth results in a while.
Yeah, it's too bad. I think I don't mind doing the youth results. When it comes to Darts Live Stage 8, I don't know. None of the Americans did all that well. I don't know what happened to them, but like Larry didn't go. Larry was in Sacramento. Darren was in Sacramento. Chris White was in Sacramento. All these guys that I thought were going to try to go to
For their points.
well, yeah, to get an improved seating.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I didn't misspeak. I mean, I had it wrong. They had last year, if you won the big World Final, you got a PDC invitation.
Mm-hmm.
This year, it was whoever had the most points for the tour. So going into Stage 8, Lawrence Illigan was 1 point ahead of Paul Lim. And Paul Lim made the semi, spoiler alert. So Paul Lim is going to be playing in the World Championship.
Oh, okay.
Ali Pali or wherever they have it. Alexandria Palace. So that's Ali Pali, right? Yeah. So he'll join Darren Young and also Royden Lamb. Royden Lamb qualified from a tournament they had in China. So Royden Lamb, Paul Lim, and Darren Young are all going to be in the World Championship, and we wish them all well. When it comes to Darts Live, the top 8, Tony Martin, Spud Martin. I actually got a chance to watch him play for the first time up close. I enjoyed that. Elaine Abadai, Yuta Kazama, and Deg Yang were top 8. Top 4 was Paul Lim and Christian Perez. Royden Lamb was runner-up to Stephen Bunning. So
right.
Stephen Bunning, 2 for 2.
Nice.
Well, no, 2 for 3 because he was in Vegas. He didn't win Vegas, did he? Who won in Vegas? Gunnar. Lawrence Illigan won in Vegas. And you know, it's kind of funny because, you know, the bliss of ignorance. Here's the deal. And I just could not believe this. So Stephen Bunting is playing cricket. Now, admittedly, you know, the guy's from the UK. So I don't know how much cricket he plays, but you know, I got a chance to watch him play, and he kind of knew what he was doing. It wasn't like he was like totally like had no idea.
Right.
So, you know, we talked about choking. Was it last show, the show before? So Royden Lamb and Stephen Bunting are playing in the final. Bunting starts out slow. Royden Lamb gets ahead, and they go into the 4th leg where Bunting needs to win to take it to a deciding leg, right? Mm-hmm. And it just like, you know, they get down to, you know, right about where you're starting to think about a finish, and they both started missing. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And Bunting threw a really bad 13th or 14th dart, didn't get a whack at a finish. Royden Lamb comes up and ends up with 1 dart at 32. Takes like a deep breath, composes himself, dead center, inside wire, fat 16.
Oh.
And then Bunting takes out 82 or something with like a bull on his last dart. And I'm like, well. Yeah.
Wow.
So 18 darter wins the 4th leg. Bunting wins the throw in the last leg. So they're playing cricket. And he's kind of, for the most part, kind of getting outplayed. He kind of fell behind, caught up. They both threw a couple of 9 counts, if I recall. I mean, it was like, 7 in the morning on Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I found sort of like insane was Royden Lamb goes up and throws, closes the bulls. Bunting comes to the line with, I believe, a 27-point lead, and all he needs is 3 bulls, and he still has 15s he can score on.
Okay.
Right? He started the turn behind. He threw his first dart at the trip 15. He hit it, and it gave him, I think, a 27-point lead, if I remember correctly. Chat room can correct me on this if I'm wrong. So he got 2 darts in his hand, 27-point lead, throws a single bull. So what does he do?
He's got double bull to win or trip 15 to...
Trip 15 would put him up 4 bulls.
Yeah.
This is pretty much how I had it in my head. And he goes for the double bull, and sure enough, he
nails
hits it. Yeah, he nails it. And I'm kind of like, okay, great shot, great win, but I'm pretty sure you weren't supposed to do that. And
yeah.
I think a lot of players wouldn't do that. So I literally thought about this for half an hour because Stephen Bunting is like the number 1 BDO player for the last 18 months, something like that. I mean, the guy can play. And, I saw him play an earlier match, and he was just, he was hitting everything, and he looked like he had this look on his face like, I can't believe, it's this easy. It's just,
Well,
he's
if
not
you
a
had-
real expressive guy, but I mean, he had this kind of like smile on his face, like, "Are you kidding me? All I have to do is hit this bull." And I'm
If
reading
you had
into
one
this, but-
dart, are you more comfortable hitting a double bull or a trip 15?
Well, this is a percentage thing where you're trying to calculate if he throws a single 15, that's your worst case scenario, right? If he throws his last dart and he throws a single 15,
He's up 32. That's
it's
one bull.
you need it's two single bulls and a trip 15. That's very doable.
Right.
In soft tip especially, right? Very doable for Royden Lamb, right? How are you going to keep him off a game shot? If you trip the 15, he's got to go double bull, trip 15 to win.
Right.
That's asking a lot. It's asking a lot but it's not like
But
he
he's
couldn't
still
do
giving
it.
him winning darts.
Well, if he throws a single bull, right?
Yeah.
What's this guy's game shot? He still needs a trip 15, but he only needs 2 bulls, trip 15,
Right.
I think is what it was, because I said 27, right?
Yeah.
If he throws a double bull, he can go like fat 15, double 15.
Right.
So, I mean, I've seen guys not even go for the bull in that situation.
Right.
They'll go for the 15.
Try and throw a 9 mark on 15s.
Yeah, or if they trip it on the first start, which is what he did, maybe go for the bull. But if they don't hit a double, then they're going right back at the 15.
Right.
So I'm not saying it was bad strategy, but what I took away from it was, let's assume for the sake of argument that he didn't consider going for the 9 count on the 15s, which is what an experienced soft tip player, a lot of them probably would do. I've seen these guys, a lot of them do that kind of thing where, okay, you've got a number, you're going to get ahead, you're going to keep him off of game shot and then try to close at your leisure. I mean, I saw a lot of matches like that. I saw DJ Sayre play a match like that. It took him 45 minutes to beat this guy, right? Because they're
Right.
trading 7 counts on the 20s and the 19s, and nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, if you got the 20s and there's a 15-round limit, I could see why you would do that.
Yeah, that
it,
totally makes sense.
it just strikes me as like, oh my God, this is where I hate cricket, right? Because did you ever watch World Cup soccer? I love World Cup
Yes.
soccer. I cannot
watched it.
follow the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League and all this. I'm confused. I don't understand the schedule and I don't understand the format. But the World Cup, I love. I love watching the World Cup. The first year I watched it was like when Brazil had a really good team, and Germany had a really good team, and the Dutch had a really good team, and I forget who was the 4th team in the Final Four. I think it was Italy or France, probably Italy. But they all played 4 distinct styles, and it was really fun watching the 2 styles
Against each other.
Against each other. So I'm looking at these cricket games, and I'm like, okay, when it comes to style, like the Brazilians say they play the beautiful game. If you're just going to sit there and pound triples and, okay, I've got the high triple, I'm just going to keep pounding the triple, that is an inelegant way to play. I'm not saying it isn't effective and it won't win, but I'm looking at it from a presentation, from a product, from like a TV standpoint, and I'm like, yeah, this is not as fun to watch.
Right.
Right? You're grinding it out. Yeah, it's like 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Football compared to, like the
Compared
old
to
Raiders vertical game,
Air
the
Coryell.
Air Coryell, right?
Yeah.
San Diego and all that.
Right.
So I like that he went for the bull. It was a great shot that he hit it. He felt totally confident that he would hit it. But the reason that I said that bliss is ignorance is it struck me that if he did it because he didn't know any better, that's probably why he hit it. I've seen so many
Yeah,
people come to a halt, start thinking about it, and then
Right.
step off the line, take a break, blah blah blah, and then of course they miss
And then
it.
you
They've
seize up.
destroyed their own
Yeah.
rhythm, right? You have to, and this is the one tip for you people at home: make up your mind before you go to the line and stick with your pre-plan. Okay, if this is the way you're going to play, then don't worry about it. Just play the way you want to play,
Right.
and hammer it in there. And you're going to be much more successful than going to the line tentative, like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, maybe, I don't know. And you're standing there trying to figure out what to do. Don't do it. Don't think on the line. Think when you're off the line. You got plenty of time while the other guy's throwing to come up with a plan.
Right.
If you get to a point where, you throw a dart that you're not expecting to throw, and now you're like totally flummoxed, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. Get off the line.
You wired into the trip 7 or something.
Get off the
that
line.
now you got to figure
get your
it out.
composure. Figure out what your new plan is, and then go to the line and execute that. I think you're going to be way more successful doing that than standing at the line and kind of like, well, I guess I should do this. And
Right.
well, it's just, like kind of like what I did in Wisconsin, where I stood there for 3 minutes trying to figure out what to do on 96. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, so nobody take
But
that.
I agree with that. If
But-
if his plan was to walk up there and if he hits trip 15, he's going bulls, regardless whether single or double. He's throwing game shot.
To be honest with you, just watching him play, I don't think that there was any plan in his head of what to do if he didn't hit the trip 15 on his first start.
Right. He just.
I don't think he had a plan like like what I'll tell myself is I'll be like, all right, I'm not going to the bulls until I trip the 15.
Right.
So if I don't
right.
trip it on my first start, I'm just going to stay there, and that's pretty much what I'll do. And I'll, in hindsight or whatever after the match, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? I mean, whatever. But his plan was like, well, yeah, this is simple. I go trip 15, and then I throw double
3
bull,
bulls,
and
one way or
I
another.
win. And I was just kind of like, I wonder if he plays like another 500 legs of cricket, if he could do that again. It's not like it's beginner's luck. But, I just kept thinking about it, and I was like, the beauty of not having those negative thoughts in your head, the beauty of not being like, what if I miss? How many times have you seen somebody try to coach somebody? Like you're playing doubles in a blind draw or something, and you're playing with a player who doesn't have a lot of experience, and they're on some finish, like they're on 62. Or something, and I'll hear people be like, okay, well, you go for the trip 10, and then if you hit it in the 15, you do this, and if you hit it, do this, and then you just
right.
and the guy's just standing there like, and don't say that, just say trip 10, double 16, and don't say anything else. You know what I mean? And if the guy asks you, well, what if I miss? You just say, just go trip 10, double 16,
Right.
and be done with it, or however you want to, whatever you want to take out 62. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't put negative thoughts in people's heads. Don't have negative thoughts in your head, and you'll be more successful. That's kind of what I took away from watching
I don't disagree
running.
with that, but obviously
That's all I wanted to say.
At a
about that.
lower,
I mean,
lower level, you have to have those because you're not going to. You have to have the. If I'm going for a trip 10 single 10, if I've got,
yeah. Well, sure. I'm not. What I'm saying is, when you're communicating, when you're coaching somebody, just give them one thought.
Oh, sure.
Just
okay.
Just have one thought in your head and make it a positive thought.
Right.
Like, for instance, if I'm playing a blind draw with somebody who's uncertain and asking me what to do, I'll just say trip 19.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say. I won't say if you single it, go here, and if you do,
Because
just
you're
one
putting all
thought.
the
Just
thoughts
put
in
one.
their head. Right.
There was a guy when the first 4 months that I played. I went with this guy to like one of these like brass qualifier things where it's like best of 3 501. And he did not know his finishes, and naturally I was obsessed. So like after like 6 weeks, I sat down with a piece of paper and I wrote out all the outs, which most of them are wrong if I look at them today, and I don't have the paper anymore. But he was on something like 127 or something like that, and I'm like, trip 20, and he hit it. And I'm like, trip 17, and he hit it. And I'm like, double 8, and he hit it. This is a guy that's been playing for like 9 months.
Right.
I didn't say, okay, go for trip 20, and then if you single it, go here. And so he had one thought in his head, and he hit it. And, he ended up winning like the little, brass thing. But what I hadn't thought about that in a long time until I saw Stephen Bunting on Sunday. And I was like, you could kind of just tell by watching him. That was the only thought he had in his head was, I'm going to hit the trip 15. I'm going to do this, do that.
Right.
And, it works. So there's a lot to be said. You talk about playing with confidence. Confidence starts by, not having negative thoughts in your head. It's kind of all I wanted to say about that. Blah, 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 blah. All right,
We're
let's take
due
a break.
for a break.
Oh, God, I think so. All right, we'll be back with something. I don't know. You're listening to Dart Talk with Mark
got a
and
plan.
Steve. Yeah, we kind of threw that out. We'll be right back.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, back for the second half. Brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
DartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Also, many thanks, Windy City Fabricators and Redwood Darts. Excuse me. There's a lot of people in the chat room tonight.
Yes, there are.
I wonder why. So, okay, just for the people that haven't been in the chat room much, you only have to type it once. If you really want us to address something on the show, what you're supposed to do is just type in all caps DING, D-I-N-G, and then we'll know that you're asking us to quote you. And then you don't have to type it like 5, 6, 7, 8 times or cut and paste it 5, 6, 7, 8
Right.
times, just for the
Right.
newbies out there.
Or send it to Sassy.
Yeah,
She'll get it on the show.
Yeah, that'll happen. Right. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Paralysis by analysis isn't really what I was going, but I could see why somebody would say that.
I see the concept.
I just, I don't know why I got on that tangent, but it was just, I don't know. I watched Stephen Bunning fairly closely, and here's the funny thing, right? This is just like how, did you ever see Repo Man?
Yeah, long time ago.
Repo Man is one of my favorite movies, and I actually partied with half the cast.
Emilio Estevez.
Emilio Estevez, yeah. And the Harry Dean Stanton, actually, I hung out with him a few times. He played the mentor, so to speak.
Right.
Anyway, there's this thing where the garbage can guy, the janitor guy who's burning trash, is talking about how, how you say, like, you're thinking shrimp or plate of shrimp, and then somebody will say shrimp or plate of shrimp, and it's just a cosmic unconsciousness. I was watching Stephen Bunning, and I thought he had a very interesting grip on his darts, right? And you know how I have, like...
I thought you were talking about grip on reality. I was
No. No, I thought he had an interesting grip that was like a little bit unusual and not the normal kind of this is how the Brits hold their darts kind of thing. And so, of course, I have downtime. I don't have to play till New Orleans. So I started monkeying around with this grip. And I literally threw like a ton 80 with a grip I've never even tried before. And I was like, holy
He's
cow.
on to something.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm messing around with the grip on Sunday. And then I get like a Facebook message or somebody, Gordon Dixon sent me a picture of who he says is my doppelganger.
Oh,
There is
okay.
like some guy in Japan or somewhere in the Far East who has long hair and has a grip similar to mine. And I've always said, I have like the worst grip in darts, right? And I was just sort of like, okay, here I am monkeying around with my grip, and now this guy's sending me a picture literally
At the
like,
same time.
at the
Yeah,
same time.
right.
And I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. So I thought I'd stick that in there because
This is kind of
I
strange.
see, well, Gordon was in the chat room for a while there.
Ed Chambers wants you to know that he won a Chalker Prize.
Oh,
I don't know if that has any relevance whatsoever.
congrats to Ed Chambers in
good for
the in the chat room. Won a Chalker Prize in Colorado. We actually need to do more for Chalkers. So we're gonna have to figure something out. As far as like, I don't know. Phil Freed was like talking last year, or the year before, about having like chalker training or something like that, or certifying
be weird.
chalkers, or I don't know. I mean,
do you think you'd actually get a lot of people to sign up for that?
To be honest, what I thought we should do is, and I'm still playing around with this. I don't know if I'm going to do it for real, but I want to put together like a test for people who want to be like dart instructors. And if you pass the test, we'll like post it on our website, which isn't up yet, but we'll post it on your website, like official dart instructors. And send them like a certificate that they can frame, or like a little card you could put in your wallet and whip out when you get into an argument with somebody at your local bar about whether to do this or that. You could whip out
I'm a
your little
certified
card and be like,
chalker.
"Hey, I am a certified dart instructor according to Dart Talk. So take that."
That
man."
might just get you punched right in the nose.
Well, that's why I haven't done it yet. But I was thinking
Most
it
of
would
the times
be like
when
an
you whip
interesting
anything
thing to
out of
do.
your wallet, you get punched right in the mouth.
Oh gosh. Anyway, I am just so irritated. Okay, so well, how much time do we have?
Well, we're on the third quarter here. We got a good 10 minutes. Oh, well,
Well, we're already at 46 minutes.
yeah.
All right, you want to? Okay, no, I want to talk about this challenge thing. So, okay,
Oh.
so
Who's
when
up
was
for
it?
a challenge?
Well, who's up for a challenge? Because there are people that aggravate me, and I don't
No,
know why.
come on.
They look. I mean, I have a reputation of being like something of a player, right?
or
I think-
agitated easily?
well, look, I mean,
Yes.
there's a guy who offered to challenged me, I guess, to play him for $2,000.
This was a few months ago.
Yeah, and it is, I don't know. See if he's in the chat. See if Danny Dell's in the chat room.
He is.
Okay, so this guy, he's like, "Oh, I want to play you for $2,000."
This was like
This was
you were
back.
going to go to Stanford or something.
It was back in like, I want to say it was like March or April.
It was a while ago.
right, and we're sending all these messages back and forth, and I'm like, I'm not playing right now. I shut it down after Vegas in the first week of April. So I'm like, well, oh, God, okay. So I'm like trying to figure out, he wants to play. I got backers after the show. In 15 minutes, I had $2,000 of people that are like, hey, I'll put this on you and la-di-da-da. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm looking at the schedule, and I'm like, well, when are you going to play? And he's like, well, you want to play in Chicago? And I was like, no, I don't want to play in Chicago. Because I'm like thinking, well, okay, I'm not going to even pick up a dart until 2 weeks before Chicago. And I was kind of like, all right, let's do Nashville. Nashville was going to be like the week after Chicago. He couldn't do Nashville. And so la-di-da-di-da, and I just kind of forgot about it because I thought it was more of a publicity stunt or something. Because why would you want to play me, right? I have played Danny before. Danny's a good player. He played like in the singles
because
league
he's
when
not
he was
gonna
living
get,
around
he's
here.
not going to
but-
get me to play him for $2,000.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of people, and I remember being like, "Well, why don't you play Darren or play Larry for $2,000? Why do you want to play me?" And the only thing I could think of is like, you get like more attention playing me than you would playing those guys because I have a talk show, right? But okay, fine. So he started it again today, and I'm like literally throwing pencils at the ceiling. I'm like, I can't believe I'm dealing with this, right? I said, hey. it's okay. It's public. It's on Facebook, and it's like people saying I'm running away from the guy
Really?
and stuff. And it's like, oh, give me a break.
You're getting bashed on Facebook for this?
Well, here's the thing. And he's like, well, I'm going to play you in Chattanooga this weekend. I'm like, well, who said I was going to Chattanooga? It's like a 10-hour drive. I'm not set up with anybody. I was never planning on going to Chattanooga. So I'm like,
You told me
something
last
about like, well,
Wednesday
I
you
don't
weren't
know that
going.
I can. What did I say?
You told me last Wednesday you probably weren't going because you didn't have a doubles partner. And
Yeah. And it's like too late to get one. I didn't even look at the hotels. I've never played this tournament. I thought I mentioned on the show that I like stopped in for 10 minutes
right.
one time driving my mom to Florida. Anyway, I don't know who said that I was going to Chattanooga, but then you got people, it's
Because of
public.
the ponytail, that's
Well-
why he wants to play you.
Well, look, I mean, I know it's really pretty, but look, I mean, you got people are saying that I'm ducking him now and stuff. So it's like, you know what? I have to put an end to this. I mean, it's just silly. So I'm like thinking, okay, if I can't make Chattanooga and this guy wants a match so bad, I will get a proxy. So I'm racking my brains. I'm like, well, who's going to be in Chattanooga that A, would be willing to play this guy, and B, would like represent me, right? Because he's
Okay.
going to be like my proxy. So Steve can't make it. I'm here to beat on you, right? So the only guy I could think of that I know for a fact is going to be in Chattanooga is Danny Baggish. So I'm thinking, well, Danny would do it. Danny he's kind of likes to gamble and stuff like that. And like, I think Danny Delfino used to be like a poker dealer or something. So I decided that his new nickname should be Dead Money. Right?
Dead Money.
Dead
okay.
Money. Right. So I think
Danny
it was,
Dead Money Delfino.
yeah, that's got a nice ring
yeah.
to it.
I
Dead
like
Money Delfino.
Kind of rolls off the tongue.
It's got a little
Yeah.
snap to it. So I like that. So I'm going to get Danny Baggish to and that's the thing about Danny Baggish is he wants to play people for money, but from 3 feet from the board. So I'm trying to figure out if
What?
I'm trying to figure out if he's got like a dartboard in his bathroom, and when he's sitting down he plays darts so he can reach them, or his legs are tired and he doesn't want to go retrieve his darts or something. So I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the 3 feet thing ain't going to work. So I am going to see if I can get Danny Baggish to take my place in Chattanooga this weekend, because I can't go. I got to pack and do all this stuff. We're moving you next week and all this stuff. So too much stuff to do. And I wasn't planning on doing it anyway. And I'm not ducking Danny Delfino. Actually,
So you don't think it's going to happen at all? Then?
well, no.
Is that what you're saying?
Here's my suggestion. And it was actually Sharon Butler. They're going to have live streaming at the New World Dart Series in New Orleans.
Right.
And apparently, I'm going to be seated where I don't have to play the round robin on Saturday, and neither does Danny Delfino. So she's like, well, play him on Saturday, and we'll stream it. And she talked
That would be interesting.
Talked to David Irete, and he's like, yeah, we'll stream it. And then people are posting on Facebook, yeah, stream it. We want to watch. So I will go to New Orleans, and I will beat his butt in New Orleans,
There
and
you go.
everybody can watch it and have a good time. I got people sending me, hey, how much money you want? I'll PayPal you and all this stuff. So we'll work out the details. But what it's going to be is it's going to be best of 31, alternate start 501, one diddle at the beginning, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. I haven't seen Danny in a while. He moved. He was living here for a while. He did play in our singles league. I don't know quite how that worked out. I'm pretty sure I
There are
won
no
that.
odds on this game.
Oh, well, somebody's asking for odds, and it's kind of like, from the messages that people send me, I'm a favorite. So it must be the ponytail, because, it's not like I've played that much this year or played that well this year.
No,
So,
but right.
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
But
So-
isn't it straight up? I mean, that's what you guys.
Oh, yeah, we're playing straight up, but for
So,
people that
that
you know,
wanted
you
side
got,
bets?
you got some people. Well,
Little-
look, we went through all the
little side
odds, all the
action?
PDC odds,
Yeah.
like last week when we were like saying that
Yeah, but it's.
Dave
I mean,
Chisnell was such a great bargain in the first round there. I thought.
Yeah, but it's like.
Yeah. Pretty sure that
it's
was a
it's
bad call.
It's a 2-horse race. I mean, you can't. I mean,
Well, it's like either, it's like, what's the money line?
right.
Am I plus 130? And he's minus 120?
He'd be
Is
minus
that-
110.
He's minus 110, and I'm plus.
No, you'd be minus 130. He'd be minus 110.
So it's okay. Is
It's
that how
almost
it
a
works?
pick 'em.
Have you seen him play?
No, I'm just going
Oh,
by.
okay.
If you were minus 130, the other side would be minus 110.
Oh, is that how it always works?
Yeah, it's usually about 20.
That's the VIG?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there would. What's minus 700?
That would be 700 to win 100.
Okay. I don't know what that's. Is that good or does that make him a big favorite or
That
me
makes
a big
him a
favorite?
huge favorite. That means $100 on you wins you $500.
Oh, so that's his. Well, okay. So
So if he's saying he's 7 to
saying
1.
he's 7 to 1.
He's saying he's 7 to 1.
Okay, so Danny Delfino says he's 7 to 1, and
Yeah.
he'll take anyone's action
Right.
at
right
7 to 1. Wow. Okay, and he's got a
450.
brand
So
new baby.
He
too.
dropped the VIG a little bit. He said 450. Normally it would be
Oh.
500. So you're 4.5. You're 1 to 4.5.
Okay,
So
these guys are saying we should play for a charity. I mean, I got one guy saying I'm 16 to 11.
And what's the format?
Oh, this is the thing I wanted
What's
to
the
say.
format?
So it's long format 01, alternate start. First
Best-
to win 16 legs.
Okay.
Right. So it's going to be a long match. It's going to take at least, I don't know, hour and a half, I'm thinking. So, okay, get this. This is the funniest thing I've seen all day. Because you guys were trying to come up with a nickname for me, right? So here's this guy, and did I?
Yeah, and you would never let me say it on air.
Well, because it was horrible. It
It was-
wasn't
you didn't even
funny.
hear it.
Oh, I did so. But anyway, so get this. This guy, where did I put it? He said this was like from the Urban Dictionary. Oh, where is it? He said it was it's a noun. If you're pronuncialized,
Pronuncialized.
right? I guess that means I beat you at darts and you have to swim in a river or something. So, but yeah, I guess that's my plan. I have to go to New Orleans and not only win on Sunday, but I have to pronuncialize Delfino. So I guess that I don't even know how to say that.
Pronuncialize.
It looked funny.
You have to
He got
pronuncialize.
pronuncialized. I got pronuncialized, and now I have to quit darts. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. So I don't know. It's
That's
kinda
not
funny.
a nickname, though.
Well, no, it's not a nickname, but I thought it was funny.
Okay.
As far as like doing plays on my name, because none of
Right.
the other ones I think are all that funny. How many pencil jokes can you make? How many times are you going to call me penicillin? I mean, when I was in Pee Wee football and they put like a masking tape on the back of your helmet and, write your name, they put Pencil Man.
Right.
It was like, okay, whatever. You guys can't spell? No wonder you're football coaches. We got to get the 3 technique blocked. We'll take our last break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Dart Talk with, the Eraser. Listen to Dart Talk with Mark, Steve, everybody in the chat room. We'll be right back.
Actually, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
There you go. Get 2 pots and put a name on each one. People can throw money in and it goes to charity.
Jeff Dodson on guitar. The fourth quarter of Dart Talk, brought to you by the Dart Zone.
Stay in the zone.
DartZone.com is an official Cosmo distributor. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat's pretty amusing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's funny.
I guess what I have to do is I'll have to send like a text to Danny Delfino's wife and ask what size feet their newborn baby has, so I can bring like a new pair of baby shoes
Right.
with me. So, right, and give them to them after I win. Be like, here's your consolation. Here's some new shoes for your baby.
You weren't able to buy diapers for
Isn't
your...
that what the gamblers?
Yeah.
Baby gets a new pair of shoes or something. So we'll get a.
Well,
at
no,
least,
no. Actually, baby needs a new pair of shoes. That's why you want to
Is
win.
that why
It's
you're
not baby
gambling?
gets a new pair of shoes
So
by
that would,
losing.
Okay, so that'd be a good consolation. Is I give his kid
Yeah.
like a new pair of shoes
Right,
and
yeah.
be like, well, Daddy didn't win, but he did get
Yeah.
you some new shoes, and then
Yeah.
harmony and
Dad
in the
didn't win, but
Delfino household.
you still got the shoes.
No, it'll be fun. I'll look forward to it, and I don't mind joking around and stuff like that. But when push comes to shove, I'm going to try to drill this guy.
Well, I'm sure it'll be the same
And,
both ways.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a good because the one thing I was concerned about was I'm going to be seated high enough where I don't play in the round robin, which I'm not real happy about
Well, no.
because that's my warm up for
I just
Sunday
think-
is to play in the round robin.
I
So
think
I was
it's-
looking forward to that.
Even though it's taken 6 months for it to happen, I think it's actually a good venue because it would be kind of fun to have that streamed.
Well, I'll tell you. I was thinking about it. You weren't here, so I went to get myself another cup of coffee, which probably was a bad idea. But I was thinking, they have things in England and in some taverns, and they're called ladder matches. And the way it works is you have like a hierarchy of players, and then there's different ways to work it. But basically, you challenge somebody that's above you, and
Yeah,
if you
they have
beat
that
'em-
on the webcam darts.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if you beat the guy, then you take his spot, and I guess you flip flop, or does he go
Something like
down
that.
one?
Yeah.
Something like that. But if this turns into like a popular thing that people like to watch, maybe we can work it where we have a couple of these matches at every big tournament
Mm-hmm.
and get some informal kind of tournament ladder system going. We'll put Darren at the top. We'll go by the North American Championship Tour list.
Right.
So like Darren would be at the top. Larry would be second, la-di-da-di-da. And we'll get some sponsors to have, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what the rules are. I mean, can you check, if you're number one, do you get challenged like every single minute? Is it
Right.
like in the Old West where you have to
Yeah.
shoot all these guys that think they're faster than you or something? But I mean, you could work this out where you have one or two of these matches, at big tournaments, and
But
I'm
you could still
assuming
have-
eventually they're going to be streamed. But
You
I
could still have the number 7 guy being challenged by the number 11 guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could have these matches go on all the time. It's just that on the Diddle Tour, there's never any time because there's always
Right,
like
everything's-
there's like the
something's going on.
third blind draw or something, but I mean, if the tournament people would cooperate and just give us like 3 boards, right, so you don't get too much nonsense going on around you. I mean, you could have these at every tournament. Set them up in advance, and then get some sponsors to put something at the end of the line.
Right.
So come December, right? Whoever's at the top gets this or gets that. I mean, it'd be an interesting kind of thing to do. And to be honest with you, one thing Gordon Dixon said to me when I talked to him last week, or I don't know if I talked to him or we were texting, but he was saying that what people really want to see are Americans playing each other,
Right.
right? Which I don't know if I bought into that, but I'm an American. I don't know where Danny's from. I'm pretty sure he's from California. That's in America by most standards. I mean,
For now, till the fault line breaks.
well, it depends. Like in Chicago, everybody thinks California is a foreign country, but they haven't spent much time there. I consider it America. But anyway, yeah.
Who
I
in
mean,
Chicago thinks California is a foreign country?
it was always like that. Like Mike Royko's columns, it was
Oh.
always like, oh, well, there's America and then there's California
Okay.
where they do things different. They turn right on red and they have their own, emission standards on cars. For a long time, when cars were being advertised, there'd be like a separate mileage for California cars because
Oh,
it was
okay.
required by law.
Right.
They stopped doing that a long time ago, but because they had eventually the federal government adopted the emission standards that were set in California. But for a long time, like
California did their own thing.
if you bought a car in California, it had like emission controls that weren't anywhere else in the country, and like mechanics were making money like taking them off.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
No,
Right.
it was like, so they got a smog problem. What do you want them to do? Okay, we're not going to have time to get to the the 10 things. So I'll just, for the people that haven't heard,
Big shock.
this is the model where we, not that, professional darters should be Boy Scouts, but the model that we're using is like the Boy Scout thing. And I don't even know what it's called, but it's helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. That's 11. Well, we're going to only have 10. So anyway, that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for the attributes you want to most see in a professional dart player.
Danny Baggage wants to know why you chose him.
Because he kind of looks like he might be like my second cousin. And I know the guy likes to gamble. Is he in the chat room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Ask him
asking.
if Danny's willing to be my proxy and tenderize Delfino for me before I hammer him. Well, no. Bagish can tenderize him in Chattanooga, and then I will fillet him.
There you go.
Because it's like a kind of a seafood town.
Who's
going to
spice him up?
Well, he can get spiced up on the way to New Orleans.
Okay.
I don't know. His wife can do that. Having some fun with this. Bagish 16, Dell 13. I got 30. Oh, that's a prediction.
Yeah.
Take it easy, ponytail. Why is everyone jealous of the ponytail? I know long hair is out for guys, but there's no reason to have like ponytail envy. That I just don't get. So I don't know. Here, see how long it is? Hey, there it is. I don't know. Why would a ponytail bug people? Anyway,
they can't do it.
Okay, we got to go, but my wife said nice. Okay, I don't. I can't keep track of everything.
Well,
in the
anyway,
chat
so
room, but-
hopefully by next week we'll have an update on whether this really is going to come to fruition in New Orleans.
Well, I've accepted this challenge, and I have it on good authority that they'll stream it. So unless Danny Delfino backs out, it's on.
All right,
in
there you
New
go.
Orleans on Saturday, and we'll post the times for everybody to watch it and stuff. Hopefully, it'll work out.
It's
good.
going to happen. All right, there you go. There you have it. The Habs have it.
Yeah, it's a race. Okay, yeah. Oh, Danny Bagish must have got in late. It's a race to 16. One diddle at the beginning, alternate start. And Mike Patterson has agreed to chalk
Cricket?
for free, or something like that.
Mike Patterson's going to chalk for free?
Yeah, Mike Patterson's going to chalk for free. And hopefully they won't make it 31 legs because that's a lot of chalking. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for tuning in the chat room there. We're going to stick around after the show for the after party, but we're going to turn off the recording now. So we'll be around for about a half an hour, if you guys, if we missed anything. And we will take input on the attributes for the pro darter. Just send your suggestions to darttalk@gmail.com or post them on our Facebook page. You can always get the audio podcast from tunein.com, from stitcher.com, or from iTunes if the commercials interrupted you during the show. And you can also get the video on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel. Just search Dart Talk US, all one word, and you'll see our archive with all our old shows as well as this one.
Yes.
Anything for you?
No, I think that's
From
it.
you? Okay. So we'll have results from Chattanooga next week.
Which you are not going to.
We'll also get the results from the Danny Bagish pounding of Danny Delfino.
Yeah.
Battle of the Dannies, Battle of the Bulge, Danny War. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But it should be interesting. And then somebody's going to have to remind Bagish that, it's steel tip, so you got to hit those doubles.
So they're going to have to remind him before the tournament
Well,
starts?
somebody should. I'll send him a text.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And-
because
and
you're
be
if you're
like,
next-
don't forget, you got to hit doubles in this one. Yeah, because it's steel. Yeah, this is Steel Tip 501, children. So we'll look forward to it. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back same time next week. Until then, safe travels and take care.